the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on it, flaring on it. We Rick flaring on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on it, flaring on it. Jack, we Rick flaring on it, flaring on it. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death. I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops that find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elder, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on it, flaring on it. We Rick flaring on it, flaring on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on it, flaring on it. We Rick flaring on it, flaring on it. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness is really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on it, flaring on it. We Rick flaring on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on it, flaring on it. We Rick flaring on it, flaring on it.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase. Yeah. Bubba C. Yeah. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring, son up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he off of the leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
Hey, listen, happy, what we on Wednesday? Happy Hump Day! Hey, listen, you already know what it is, your boy Scotty. Make sure you go ahead and like the stream. It's on a Wednesday, and this topic you couldn't have a morning show without this topic right here. Listen, All right. Everybody was blowing my phone up. All right. Talking about Scotty, when you going live. Listen, I'm going to keep it a whole buck with y'all. You know, I keep it hot, honest, open, and transparent. I was out last night with Key. I had to drop my mom off at the airport. That's when I got the news, right? I got the news. I was dropping my mom off at the airport, and we was leaving. And we were supposed to go to a family friend's house. And the news hits my phone. Bang. And I'm like, hey, babe, I think we might have to cancel it. And, you know, I might have to go back to the crib. She was like, no, you're not. You're going to do a late show. And I'm like, I don't like doing late shows. I don't like doing shows after 10 o'clock. Like, it's not the same for me. I don't have the same energy at 10 o'clock late night shows. I'll be talking like I'm Barry White or something. You know what I'm saying? It's late. So that's why I didn't go live last night. And I ain't gonna lie, I was pretty upset. Because I was like, dang, I really wanted to talk about it. It was hot. But you know what I'm saying? Had to calm down. You know what I'm saying? Had to do the family stuff. You know, and now you see me in the morning show. All right. Now you see me. Now you see me on the morning show, and that's what we're doing. So listen, before I get started to do anything, all right, gotta hit you with a little bit of. Hey, sorry, fam, you. It's the closest thing I got. Ho. Wildcats, let's go. Wildcats, let's go. Hey, Wildcats, let's go. Oh, Wildcat. Ho. Oh, I'm in there. What, was I in the pocket? Let me know. Let me know if I was in the pocket, because I was in the pocket. Let me run that back one more time. Ho. Wildcats, hey, womp. Wildcats, hey, Wildcats. Hey, they about to be in that like stupid lit. Wildcat, womp. Wildcat, I mean, they about to be in that joint stupid lit. All right, you know what I'm saying? Let me make sure I'm good. Testing. All right, cool. All right, they about to be in that joint stupid lit. All right, so it is what it is. But I'm going to give you my thoughts on what's going on down in the Ed Reed situation with the Wildcat. Listen, I might be down in Daytona. Now, listen, you know my girl Key, she love a beach. All right, she love a beach. She love the beach. So anything that gets her closer to a beach, she's all for it. So we going to be in Daytona, okay? And I want to be clear. For anybody said I was jumping the bandwagon, I interviewed Terry Sims. Coach Terry Sims sent me this. All right. So this ain't no new gear. I've had this. Any Bethune-Cookman fan would tell you I had this. Okay. Coach Sims sent it to me. That's number one. Number two, I went to Daytona when A&M played Bethune down in Daytona. We drove. Okay. We drove to Daytona. All right, I don't think it was like 8 hours, 9 hours. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear nothing about no bandwagon. I was going to Bethune games before, I was at the game. It was pouring raining. A Kiel Glass was there. I was there. Okay, so I don't want to hear nothing about Scotty jumping on a bandwagon. Nah. Okay, I was there. You better tell them, Blue. Better check my swag hours, baby. I was in Daytona before Daytona was hot. Okay, I was there. So miss me with all that. I was there. So, All right, so I don't want to hear it. So if I should so happen to jump on this bandwagon, just know I was in the back chilling before I became the driver. I just want to make that very clear. Because Bama's love. Now, my next question before I get into the topic today, y'all think there's gonna be some Ed Reed channels? I mean, listen, you know me, it wouldn't be me if I don't get a little.
I'm petty.
Now, is HBCU game day gonna have Neely do Bethune-Cookman news? I'm just listen. I'm just asking for a fan because nobody flips better than Neely. Nobody is chasing celebrities better than Neely. So I want to know, is Tolly Carr going to bring on Neely so they can talk about Bethune-Cookman and Ed Reed? Listen, I'm just asking. I know you was all thinking it. I know you Bama's was all thinking it, okay? But I just wanted to ask for a friend, okay? I just want to ask, you gonna see Neely in burgundy and black. You know what I'm saying? We here in Daytona, Bethune-Cookman, we're live behind the scenes. HBCU game day, Tolly Carr, live with Uncle Neely down in Daytona. How was it down there with Ed Reed? Okay, we're gonna get to it. We gonna talk about that later. All right, listen, you already know what today's show topic is. Can be nothing bigger than the morning news of Ed Reed joining Bethune-Cookman. Now, you know me, I got a couple questions. All right, I got a couple questions because I'm excited. Okay, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm excited. All right, I'm excited. I love Ed Reed. I've always loved Ed Reed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Ravens fan, but of course, guys know I'm from Maryland, DMV, baby. So, we Ed Reed fans up there. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. So, this is the key that I think a lot of people aren't talking about, is how impactful Ed Reed could be to Bethune-Cookman. And I want to bring this up. Steve Biscotti, however you pronounce the name, net worth $6 billion. All right. Mind you, Bethune-Cookman is a private institution. Okay. They are drug dealers, right? Without the oversight. They get that drug money without the oversight. They ain't got to worry about nothing. Okay. When you're a private institution, however you get it. Bama's out here looking like Stevie Wonder listen, this is how the federal government be looking at private school. Oh, shoot. How'd you get that? I don't even know. Okay. That's how federal governments look at private institutions. However you get it. We don't care. Right? So when you add Ed Reed and Ed Reed having a relationship with Steve Biscotti from the Ravens, I wouldn't be surprised if Ed Reed says, hey, Steve, listen, you know what I'm trying to do down here? Can you give me $5 or $10 million? Can you give me $15 or $20 million and let me do what I can do down here and really get something built? And it ain't gonna be no over. Hey, listen, you already said it ain't gonna be no oversight on how you get this money. Just give me my money, okay? And I think that would be absolutely huge for Bethune-Cookman as well as Ed Reed. Listen, they're going to need a new stadium. You can get it renovated, but I've been to Daytona Stadium. It ain't all that, okay? And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're thinking about jumping on this bandwagon, that stadium is not Jackson. That stadium is not Southern. Listen, it's weird. You better get there early to park because once it's weird. It's just I can't explain it to you. The stadium is just a weird setup. It's like imagine if you saw an empty land and you put a stadium on there. That's Bethune-Cookman Stadium. It's just random. It's just you driving. Oh shoot, it's there. Like that's really what it is. Okay, so if you ever go to the game, trust me when I tell you, go early, get there early to park. It's weird. It's just a weird thing. All right. So they're probably going to need a new stadium. If not a new stadium, get it renovated. They do have the space to get it renovated, right? They got the space around it. It's actually not bad when you get in it. It's still small, but it's actually not a bad stadium overall, right? So they need to get that renovated. They need weight rooms. They need these little things. I believe somebody told me at Bethune they were getting changed in a I don't know if it was a cargo thing or whatever, or like a trailer. Somebody told me, maybe I'm confused about another school, whatever. Somebody told me they were getting dressed in a trailer. That's what I was told. I don't know how true that is or whatever. That's word on the street. But just those renovations that can add to Bethune-Cookman, once again, that helps you long term, right? Getting that stuff situated, all right. Getting the funding and resources to change your program, because if Ed really leaves in 2 or 3 years or whatever, you have a resource, a facility, or a new facilities that can be used for previous for future head coaches down the line, right? So you need that. Also, right, he might need more money for staff. He might need a meal for staff, might need 2 meals for staff, might need 3 meals just to add on for staff or whatever. So just little things like that, right? Because I know a lot of people are asking, Scotty, a lot of people ask me, Scotty, how in the hell could they afford Ed Reed, right? And they couldn't, and they could barely give Terry Sims what he was supposed to get. Let me tell y'all something. Let me zoom this in real quick. Zoom this into me. Can y'all see me? Black people gonna pay for what they want. Okay, I'm gonna say that black people are gonna pay for what they want. Okay, I just want to let y'all know, because y'all acting like it's new. Y'all acting like it's new. Black people are gonna find ways. It's the same thing. You looking at your cousin for Christmas, you like, how you got a CLK, how you got a Mercedes C-Class and you work at a call center? How them payments work? You know what I'm saying? Your cousin pull up in a new truck, it's lifted, and you be like, bro, you work at Walmart. How you get a truck that's lifted? Oh, they gave me a great deal at the dealership. You know what I'm saying? My interest rate's about 30%, but they said, hey, 2-week payments of $400, bi-weekly payments of $400. I'm good. All right. That's what it is, right? When you listen, guys, when you're black, okay, most of you Bamas is black. So y'all understand what I'm saying. When you're black, you just find we are resourceful people. Okay, we are resourceful people. We gonna get the funds to do whatever. We gonna get the funds to do whatever we need to do. All right. However it is, good, bad, or indifferent. And I think that Bethune-Cookman saw the high risk, high reward. Listen, this is how you got to play this out, Bethune. All right. You know, we're going to talk about Ed Reed as a coach and everything. But listen, I'm going to give you business right here, right now. And this shout out to Mr. Campbell, because we had a conversation last night. You need to be selling Ed Reed merch yesterday. Okay? You needed to be selling Ed Reed merch yesterday. Okay? It needs to be ER20, Ed Reed something, Hail Reed, hashtag Ed Reed 2020. It needs to be something. You need to be on the merch game. You better look at Colorado. Don't F it up like Jackson did. Okay. Don't F up the bag like Jackson did. Okay. You need to be selling merch yesterday. Okay. That is what you need to be doing. Merchandising. Right? Setting up your donor funds. How you going to get this thing situated? Right? How are you going to push this social media blast? Understanding Ed Reed is not a social media guy. That was always Deion's level. So you got to get somebody in place to put Ed Reed in a good light social media wise. Ed Reed is a true football savant. He is a grinder. He is a playmaker. He is about the work. All right. If it's just following him on his day-to-day, right? Not really having him do too much, promotion and stuff like that. That is a Deion thing, right? You want to just get him in the lights and show people what Ed Reed is doing, right? That's just, you got to get on that. Got to get on it. Got to get creative with how you're going to promote Ed Reed in this series of Wildcats, because remember, mind you, you're not just, thank you, Jesus. You're not just doing it for fans and alums. You're doing it for the new sidewalk fans that are Ravens fans, that are NFL fans, that are Ed Reed fans. That's what you're trying to get that money too. All right. Stop just focusing on, when you get a celebrity, it's not just about the alums anymore, right? You're trying to reach. You're trying to get that white dollars, okay? All money green, all right? You're trying to get that white money, or trying to get the white people who love the Ravens, okay? So that's what you need to be doing. Hurricane, there you go. Hurricane fans too, the youth, all that. You trying to get all that white money, all right? The dollar's all green around these parts, okay? So that's an entity as well. So one to bring that up to you guys is Steve Bashadi. He having that connection, being able to donate to Bethune-Cookman as well. All right, that's my first. Take a while like this. Who will be on the staff? That is a huge part of this, right? We all know what Ed Reed is as a football savant, as a smart player. I mean, everybody talks about, I believe it was the Peyton Manning play of where Peyton Manning he's like, when Ed Reed does this, it's going to happen. And at the last minute, Ed Reed changes what he had normally did a baseball turn and picked the play. That's how smart he is. He's probably regarded as one of the top 2 safeties ever. Him, Troy Polamalu. You could add Ronnie Lott into that category as well. But just of savant, of a ball hawk, of changing the game over safety is really impacting. Think about Dion, but as a safety, just not flashy, right? Just that damn good at the position. So who will be on the staff? Man, listen. The one thing you can guarantee about Pamas from the U, they're going to stick together, right? Now, I just got off of Spaces. Shout out to D for Sports and Coffee. Antonio Cromartie was on the Spaces. He said verbatim, if Ed Reed is my guy, if Ed Reed reaches out to me, I'm doing it. That's what Antonio Cromartie said. He said, if Ed Reed reaches out to me, Ed, if you're watching this, I'm just throw a plug in for Cromartie. If you're watching it, that's what he said. I'm just telling you what he said. So that's your guy. You got his number. Hit him up. All right, if you're watching this, Ed. So Cromartie simply said, hey, listen, if he gets the job, I'm going. Now, also, I want to say this too. And Antonio Cromartie also said that he is interested in the Texas Southern job. That's a whole nother live show, okay? That's a whole nother live show. I'm going to talk about it. But he also said in the Spaces that he's interested in it. But that's a whole nother live show. We're going to talk about that later, all right? Shout out to my boy, Hedge Buddy! Okay, I just want to make that clear. I just want to say, hey, he said that. That's what he said. But anyway, back to the U, right? Remember, the U family is deep, strong, no homo, okay? No homo. It's listen, that U family is real. Going back from Michael Irvin, going back to, you know what I'm saying, you got the Andre Johnsons, the Shockies, even The Rock was a part of that U family. Who else? The linebacker, Clinton Portis, Willie McGahee, Frank Gore. Like, I'm telling you, there's so many avenues that this U family can touch and disseminate through that you just don't know how deep this stuff goes, because it's not just who you know. It's who Reggie Wayne might know. It's who Andre Johnson might know. It's who Warren Sapp might know. It's who Ray Lewis might know. And you know, Ray and Ed, they like brothers from another. You know what I'm saying? They like brothers. Jonathan Vilma. It's all type of people that could be involved in this thing from the U family and just through their networks of people that they know, man. So I'm telling y'all, Santana Moss. You know what I'm saying? Santana Moss. It could be, it's so many different avenues in this thing. Adrian James, exactly. That you might see at Bethune, that might just show up and be a part of the culture to go support their boy. Because one thing about the U, they going to support their own. They probably going to be in Bethune talking about Bethune U. You know what I'm saying? Like they might be at the U. They might be in Bethune throwing up the U, but they there. Okay? But they there. So you got to throw that family aspect in there of the U and how deep they run and everything like that. Hey, that's actually be a dope shirt. Bethune with the U in the middle, like a big U. Oh, yeah, that'd be dope. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. You know what I'm saying? Get the white money. Get the white money. You know what I'm saying? Get all that. I know Bethune don't want to change their stuff, but hey, man, it's about this money. Get this money, okay? Don't be like Jackson. That's going to be my whole thing. Don't be like Jackson and mess this all up. Don't be like Jackson and drop the bag, okay? You want to capitalize on every part of this ride possible, all right? That's another aspect. Going to my next aspect, right? All right. Hold up. Let me see. Let me go. Got the wrong slide. Let me see here. All right. This is my next aspect that I really want you guys to be thinking about. Because think about this, guys. It's about coaching. It's about recruiting. We understand all that. That's nothing new. What I want you guys to do is I'm trying to get you guys to think I'm trying to open your third eye. All right. I'm trying to open your third eye. And this is my next one. Who invests more? Who will invest more into this program, right? Nike has been a Bethune. Nike. When I talked to Terry Sims, he said, "Listen, we got more uniform combinations than anything possible, which is great. Congratulations, you got uniforms. You need money. Invest in my facilities. Invest in my program. Invest in my school." That is what this is about. You need Ed Reed to come in there and put fire under their ass to get some dollars out of Nike. The same way, and we all know Oregon and Nike are like, they're like the birth child, you know what I'm saying? So we get why Oregon and Nike look like that, right? But understandably, when Ed Reed steps on the scene, I need a check from Nike. Yo, what y'all doing? How y'all moving? And if not, Under Armour looking real good. Steve Bisciotti, cool with Plank from Under Armour. Shout out to Maryland. He went to the University of Maryland. You know what I'm saying? You want a company or entity that is going to invest in you. And at the end of the day, that uniform stuff is real cool. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. But no, invest in the institution. Invest in the program. Invest in all that stuff. That's what you focused on right now. All right? That is what you're focused on right now. So investing in the institution. And you go with the one who will give you the bigger check. Go with the one that gives you the bigger check in this aspect. So they already with Nike. I would like for them to stay with Nike. I love Nike. You know what I'm saying? Check mark. You see what I'm saying? You see right here. Check marks all day, baby. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it ain't about brand. It ain't about looking cool. It's about getting this money. It's about getting this money. All right. So I'm telling you, I'm trying to wake your third eye up. I'm trying to wake y'all. I'm not trying to listen. You know how Pop said the word of the day is job. J-O-B. The slogan for the day is don't F up the bag like Jackson. I should just make a shirt that says don't F up the bag like Jackson. Like you don't want to F up this bag. However long you have it, you need to capitalize. You have to capitalize on the hype, right? Because if you don't win, the hype dies down. So you want to capitalize on the hype. You got to get in there, get your money, get the investment going, get this train moving. All right, get some designers, start making some cool graphics. Whatever you got to do, you better do it. All right, whatever you got to do, you better do it. That's all I'm going to say. All right, now let's get into some coaching. What is his expectations his first year? I'm going to tell you this straight up. I can see Ed Reed going no less than 6-5. No less than 6-5. And Scotty like, oh, Scotty, how? What? His floor to me, if I'm being honest, his floor to me is 6-5. And this is why I'm telling you that. If Coach E-Rob can come in with no coaching experience and take an Alabama State team 6-5, you don't think Ed Reed can do 6-5? With, and we all know Ed Reed gonna out recruit Eddie Robb. I mean, that ain't even a question. If he gonna out recruit Eddie Robb. So my thing is this: once you really break down the issues in the SWAC, it comes down to coaching. A lot of the wins and losses come down to coaching. Southern, you love their talent, but you don't know what Dooley is as a coach. You can't trust the coaching. Hugh Jackson, Grambling, you love what Grambling is, but you can't trust it because of what? Coaching, right? Texas Southern, we love the talent that they're building, but nobody trusts us who? Clarence McKinley, coaching, right? At the end of the day, it always, FAMU, you love FAMU, but what's my slogan? Willie going Willie. Coaching. Right? It comes down to coach. It's always going to come down to coaching. Now, the key is this, and Deion gives you the blueprint somewhat. Quarterback and defense. Quarterback and defense. You already can kind of suspect that Ed Reed is going to have a decent defense. We can just attest to that. that hopefully he has a great defense, because that's the side of the ball he was on. That's the side of the ball you would think is going to be the best, right? So if you build a solid defense, that's going to keep you in games. Now, going over to the quarterback, you're most likely not going to find a Shador, right? And think about Alabama State. Demetrius Davis wasn't all world. Demetrius Davis was not all world, and he still got 6 wins. You see what I'm saying? Moving on. So you need a serviceable quarterback. Okay, you need a serviceable quarterback, somebody that can do great at game managing the game. If you can get a Musa, maybe, I know people are gonna be like, what? Even a Rashawn McKay, as Mr. Campbell would say, game manager of the year. All right, even a Rashawn McKay, just somebody who is not going to put you in harm's way. They don't have to be special, but they don't put you in harm's way. You get the talent around them. I just need you to make a few throws, right? I just need you to make a few throws, all right? And then you go forward from there. That's how you build this thing the right way, right? And then once you kind of get some wins under your belt, you go 6-5, 7-4, you know what I'm saying? Then you can show to a program, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what we're trying to do. And think about this as well with the recruiting aspect, right? Think about this as well. You can find, who's to say that he can't go to Mario Cristobal and there's kids that, you know, he's like, hey, man, this kid going to the Porter. Why don't you look at Ed Reed? Why don't you stay in Florida and look at Ed Reed? Go down there to Daytona and see what, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's those kind of connections that Ed Reed has that will also help him propel this program forward, to get those bounce back players from the U, to get some of those bounce back players from FAU. You know what I'm saying? That know who Ed Reed is, that stuff like that. So now what Willie was getting, right? The kid from Nebraska coming back to Tallahassee. Those bounce back kids that are outside of the state of Florida, that are in the portal, that want to come back to the state of Florida. That's what you're looking at, and that's what you need to be focused on. But to build this staff the right way, I'm telling you right now, he needs to find a recruiter. He needs to find a savage of recruiter. And shout out to Coach Repress for FAMU, Devin Repress, I believe that's his name. You need somebody like that, okay? You need a recruiter like my man from FAM, Coach Devin. That dude is next level. You need a dog. You need a straight go-getter at recruiter. It can't be no lollygagging around talking about, oh, because I'm Ed Reed, I'm going to get this person. No. You need to be like Bo Schemberger, whatever his name was, Bo Schemberger, who cut off the state of Florida and said everything below like Orlando and down is us. That needs to be him. Tampa, Miami, Dade County, Daytona, Orlando, Pahokee, all them Bamas from Muck City, all that stuff needs to be locked down for Ed Reed. You need to lock the state down. Give FAMU the panhandle. All right. Give FAMU the panhandle. Give Tallahassee the little panhandle. They can have that, Pensacola and all that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They need to lock that from Orlando down, from Central Florida down. They need to lock all that down. And that's real talk. You need to lock all that down. So you need a dog at recruiter, absolute stud. You know what I'm saying? An absolute stud and stuff like that. So that should be his first thing on the job. Now, I'm going to tell you this. If Ray Lewis is on this staff, wah. Hellcats, hey, wah. Well, if you get Ray Lewis on this staff, it ain't fair. It is not fair. If he gets Ray Lewis on this staff. It is not fair. Okay, you're talking about 2 lifetime generational players, athletes on the same coaching staff. The same way Travis Hunter felt about playing for Deion could be a top safety filling to play with Ed Reed. Could be the top thing, a top linebacker or a defensive end. You know, because when Ray get to talking, it make you want to run through your TV. It make you want to run through your TV when Ed get to talking. You be like, yo, where my helmet at? Oh, snap, I'm ready to play, coach. Put me in. So I'm going to say it again. If Ray Lewis gets on this step. Wildcats! I'm telling you, it ain't fair. It won't be fair. In the state of Florida, it ain't fair. It ain't fair, man. I'm just tell you right now, it ain't fair. That's how I'm gonna look at it. It ain't gonna be fair. So let me make this segment real quick. So that's just my little 2 cents. Now, all right. So let's break this down. All right. FAMU is a top dog. Okay, FAMU is a top dog. They got everybody coming back, quarterback, most of their old linemen. They added running backs, receivers, everything. They have a system in place. So that's going to be your hardest test. That Florida Classic. Oh, my God, you better buy your tickets now. You better buy your tickets now. Everybody else is a toss-up. If we're being honest, everybody else in the SWAC East is a toss-up. A&M, don't know. Alabama State, Demetrius Davis. I'm going to just leave it at that. Demetrius Davis. Jackson State, rebuild. Valley is Valley, okay? So everybody else is a toss-up. Really, the only real comp that you're going to have, honestly, is probably FAMU. Jack State has players coming back. Don't get me wrong. Jack State has players coming back, but you don't have a signal caller. You don't have a trusted signal caller that you can go into every game and say, hey, this is what we're doing. This is how we got to do it, and what blah, blah, blah. So that's why I say it's a toss-up. It's kind of a rebuild because you're still trying to find your quarterback. Yeah, you got Wilkerson, but if all you're going to do is run the ball, anybody can stop that. Your O-line ain't been great. And everybody here talking about Jackson State is winning offseason. I don't understand it. Anybody out here talking about Jackson State is winning the offseason, you smoking crack because you Bamas don't got no offensive line. The same issue Deion has had for the last 2 years at offensive line. You think you're going to have a better one when Deion ain't there and you ain't got no big guys in the portal or coming in? Okay. All right. You got me. Okay. You got me. So if you think that's you got a whole bunch of icing with no cake. You got a whole bunch of icing with no cake, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, the Florida Classic, if you ain't, man, listen, I already got plans to go. I already have plans. We already got plans to go next year. So we already in the building. Okay. We in the building. But if you ain't got your tickets for the Florida Classic now, you bugging. Okay. You need to go get you a hotel room now. Okay. Even if Bethune coming at 2-9, you need to go get your tickets now, right now. Okay. This moment, get your tickets. So it is what it is. So that, I mean, the SWAC East is a toss-up. It's not going to be, especially the FAMU game being the last game of the season, allows you to kind of get your team together. And even if every so just happens to go 5-6 or 6-5 or whatever, the game is still going to be impactful just because who's walking into it, and it's in the state of Florida and all the craziness that has that. So I can see them running the table and only losing to FAMU. I think we can all say that's pretty fair. I can see them beating Valley, beating A&M, beating Alabama State, and beating Jackson, right? and only losing to FAMU. That is possible. You might not like it. Your team might be one of the ones I just said might get an L, but it's possible. All right. I'm not saying it's permanent. It's possible. Okay. It's possible. Anything's possible. It's possible. It's possible. Okay. It's possible. Anything's possible. All right. So we just leave it at that. All right. So last but not least, and I'm going to open the call lines up. 518-263-8124. 518-263-8124. This is what I'm going to do for y'all. You know me. Okay. Y'all know me. I'm an overthinker. I'm an overanalyzer. You can call me a conspiracy theorist. Whatever you just call me, just make sure you call me by my right name. All right. Whatever you call me, just make sure you spell my name right. I know this show. Listen, I know everybody's like, oh, Scotty, this Bama. Listen, I know. The show is not about Deion, but I got to speak on it because you just know how I get down. If I feel it, I got to say it. This is why, to me, Deion he was just a tad bit short-sighted. Listen, I'm going to say this. I understand go getting the money, go getting for your coaches. I get all that. But this is the issue that I've heard from a few of my mentors and a couple of business people that I've met over my junction in time in the SWAC. They said, Scotty, Black people, A, do not believe in investing in ourselves and trusting ourselves. And 2, they're always so quick to get the money and not having the long play. And this is what I mean by that, right? The long play, in my personal opinion, if Deion would have stayed, because I understand, I'm gonna just make it as plain as I can. Ed Reed he's not a straw that stirs the drink. That would have been Deion. Hugh Jackson, Ed Reed, and Deion, that's a dish that is just like, whoa, like, wow. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is what you got. Willie, Alcorn, Eddie Rock. All the many storylines that the SWAC would have had if Deion would have stayed gives you leverage. All the stuff Deion was talking about when it comes to media deals and getting money and all those things, you now had the leverage to put all that in place, right? You have the leverage now with the Ed Reed, Hugh Jackson, and whoever else. And say Cromartie comes next year to Texas Southern. There's just so much leverage that would have been a play that you could have went to Amazon. You could have went to ESPN and probably asked for 25 to 30 million per year. Because you're already doing numbers. Deion already got you doing numbers. The Celebration Bowl got you doing numbers, right? Hugh Jackson and Grambling, Grambling and Jackson did numbers. And if Hugh ever get that thing rolling, it's Grambling. They're branding itself. FAMU, Bethune. You got all these headlines. The Eddie Robb going to the vet next year. All those storylines that come into play, you now can build on top of that. And now you have a package, right? The commissioner don't know what he's talking about. Listen to me when I'm telling you. You would have had a package that you could have presented to any network, YouTube, Amazon, Apple TV, and say, listen, we have a base, we have the eyes, we have the excitement. We want to do 4 years, $30 million per year. What's that give you? What? 120? What's that give you? 30 times 4? Let me see. Let me see. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shell. I know you guys got 120 mil. 120 mil, right? It's just it's those little things like that, right? It's those little things like that. What I would have liked, and I'm gonna just keep it real for you. I would have liked to see a deal where each school gets about $5 or $6 million, right? I would have loved to seen a school get 5 million, 12 times 5, that's 60 million, 60 million times 4. Let me see, 60 million, 5 times 12, 60 million times 4, 240. That would have been my dream scenario. That's my dream scenario. I'm not going to lie to you. That is my dream scenario. Each school gets about 5 million in this deal. Times 12, that's 60 million. That's 240 over 4 years, right? That's a perfect scenario in my case. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. But it's all I'm saying, guys. And I'm not, like I said, I understand why Deion made the departure. But what would have happened, right? What would have happened is that absolutely you change the system. Now Deion is considered the godfather of the new media era. You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter about bad football, right? Because Valley is going to walk every year. Valley is going to start with $5 million, right? And whatever you make off the top of that is extra, right? What the government gives you, what your donors give you. I got now. Listen, if I'm the commissioner, I'm giving you $5 million, my boy. I can't. What you do with that is on you, right? So once again, I'm gonna just break this all down. I'm gonna take calls. I promise. Let me just work right. Let me cook this thing up real quick for y'all. Right? Let me cook this thing up for y'all. This is how it goes down. I'm gonna give you this would have been my whole plan. They come in, you make that pitch for a new deal, right? Now I go to the cricket. Now I go to Mr. Grant of the Celebration Bowl. I go to cricket and I say, listen, let's add the playoff system to the Celebration Bowl. Right? So now this is what I'm talking about. Now we got the doubleheader game going for the SWAC and the MEAC, or the SWAC and HBCU, however you want to do it, right? Now you add money to those games. So if you just show up, it's a meal, $500K for both schools, right? Just making it, you get $500K. All right, you get $500K, you get $500K, right? The other school, you get $500K, you get $500K, right? Now for the Celebration Bowl, we add more to that pot, right? So now you add another $2 million to that. So now you get $4 million. Now schools are walking away with probably, you got $4 million. So each school walk away with $1 million, right? And then the other $1 million go to the conference. That's how you become the godfather of new media. That's how you become the godfather of the new era in the SWAC. You build an infrastructure. Listen, I'm sorry, I can't keep preaching this. You would have built an infrastructure that would have surpassed your legacy, that would have surpassed what you have done in that moment, right? In that moment, you would have surpassed. Now you got the eyes. Now you got everything that you got coming in is all of what you built off of excitement, the new energy, the new exposure, or the new eyeballs that have come into the SWAC. That's just my 2 cents. That's my little what if. I'm going to get off my soapbox. I'm going to get to these callers. JB, coming to you. What's up, JB?
Scotty, how you doing, sir?
What's up, man? What's up, Wildcat? I know you have. It's a happy day.
Not so much. Happy day is right, man. First of all, thank you for talking about this, man. I'm going to take a little different tack this morning. First of all, I'm here in Memphis visiting my mom. She's laying on the couch next to me. She's actually getting over gallbladder surgery right now. So I'm here just making sure she's in good spirits to make sure she's okay.
Prayers.
So thank you very much. Regarding the hire and whatnot. And let me say this. First of all, I'm excited. I'm very, very happy. Now, you mentioned something earlier about, are we going to see the pregame show? Okay, first of all, I do not want Orange Julius or Carlton Gumbel's long-lost third cousin on his father's side coming to do pregame shows at our campus. I don't want his ass up over there. I don't want them over there. Please stay to the pregame show, which is in like black and gold, whatever colors they have it now. But, all right, so let me just say a couple things first. Another thing, too. Now, Wildcats in the chat here, let's not be like the Primex, jumping up and down, saying crazy things. All right? Is everybody going to be at Cookman for a long time? We do not know. Let's enjoy the ride. You mentioned earlier, Ravens owner, one of the richest owners in all the NFL. Let's leverage some of those relationships that we have. But, Scotty, there's one thing that was mentioned, and I hate to be the doom and gloom about this, but I wouldn't be me if I did. one thing we talked about, Black folks in leadership. We got to talk about the school administrations. Will the administration give us the support that we need? Because right about now, and for those people who are in the who are here for Cookman in chat, and also people who are familiar with Cookman know about this as well. We're having some issues right now with our board of trustees and our alumni association. Serious problems. I'm not going to get into what the main issues are and whatnot, but it's getting kind of interesting. And at the center of it is our main board of trustees chair. And one thing about Black school leadership or HBCU leadership, we love being the center of attention. How was our board members, and by the way, our president, when we finally get a full term one, not our third interim that we have right now, what's going to happen when we finally get a new leadership, new university in charge? Are they going to be comfortable with the football coach being the face of the franchise? Now, Scotty, I asked you, because you're a Cowboys fan.
Absolutely.
And you've got Jerry Jones. Now, Jerry Jones was winning the bag with Jimmy Johnson. But he fired Jimmy Johnson because he got more attention than he did. So, and so you're owner more winning things his way instead of actually winning, period. The one thing that I will have for our people at Cookman is that, and I think it's one of the things that actually kind of hurt the Dion case too, was the fact that a lot of our Black leadership are uncomfortable with the face of the program or the face of a school being a coach. Like, for example, the face of Duke back, face of Alabama right now is Nick Saban, football coach. I highly doubt that, well, I shouldn't say highly doubt. I just hope that we understand what we have right here in front of us and not piss it away, not everything else. Now, you also mentioned something about a football stadium, too. I graduated from Cookman in 2000. I was there from 95 to 2000. We've been trying to get a football stadium for over 25 years.
Woo!
The biggest hang-up, yes. The biggest hang-up from the stadium was, of course, Cookman is a religious school. Budweiser, sponsor of the stadium, they were going to build us a new basketball and football stadiums for us. But people balked at it because they didn't like the idea of Budweiser names being on the stadium. Now, my thing is this. And of course, I said this to SGA, I guess SGA president student, VP student president, kind of got pissed at me by asking this question. I said, "Why y'all upset about this? But y'all taking Budweiser Scotch to the Florida Classic every year. So which one is it?" Of course, they didn't like that very much. So I will say that you're right about the merch part. Let's get moving on this merch as soon as possible. Let's get this stuff going. And Scotty, if you're going to sing "Let's Go Wildcats," please learn the words, brother. I love you, but you gotta learn the words.
It said go. It said wild. What does it say? Wildcats go. Go Wildcats.
Yeah, is that the Wildcats? Let's go Wildcats.
Man, you better be glad y'all relevant. Get off my line. You better be happy you relevant and I'm singing your neck. You better what? The disrespect, sir. Get the words right. You better get some wins. Okay? Get some wins, sir. Talking about, learn the words. What? You barely got on the scene. You just now got on the scene. Talking about learn the words. Learn how to win. Don't disrespect me. Don't call me disrespecting me and my what? Man, you better go. You better go on somewhere. You better go on with that foolishness. But I'll say this though, right? Learn the words. The audacity. You weren't saying that last year. You know why? Because ain't nobody was saying the words. Because ain't nobody was saying the words last year. Talking about if I would have learned the words when people were saying the slogan. Come on, man. Come on, Miss Vanessa. Let them know it's your third day out here in these streets. You had a paper bag. Wow, listen, this was Wildcat fans like 2 days ago. Wildcat fans were like this. Do we got a coach yet? I ain't gonna talk about nobody because we ain't got no coach yet. That was just y'all 2 days ago. That was just y'all 2 days ago. Now you want to talk? Now you got the nerve to say, boy, you better go on somewhere. I'm not the one now. I ain't the one now. You think if I come for Eddie too? I ain't the one. I am not the one. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Come on, Miss Vanessa. I'm not the one to play with now. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man. Was you not? Y'all was, man, listen, bro. 2 days ago, you Bamas was like an ostrich. Your head was in the sand. Now you want to pop your head out talking about learn the words? Learn the word. Man, you better go on somewhere. You better go on somewhere now. 3104 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Hey.
Yeah, what's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from California.
All right, what's up? What's your name?
My name is Terry Lamont Jackson III.
What's up? Yeah, dog gave me the full government, the third. Okay, the third. All right, what's up, man? Talk to me.
Yeah. I think Ed Reed is a phony. He's a fake.
Woo.
And I think he's trying to duplicate Deion Sanders. I think he needs to go back to University of Miami, and learn how to be himself instead of trying to be prime time. It ain't going to work. I don't even know where that school is. Is it in Bear, Mississippi? I don't know. You can't be Deion. Waited 2 years, come out. He should have waited 2 years after Deion.
Whoa, Mr. Third. Whoa, Mr. Third. Who said he's trying to be like Deion? That's number one. Who said he's trying to be like Deion? And number two,
the man.
Like, come on, bro. Like, the man just got on the job. He haven't even said nothing.
He set out for 2 years praying on how Deion was doing it. He saw all that publicity. He jumps into the ring. He goes right to HBCU. Why he go to Miami University? Go to a Power 5. Why he had to go to the HBCU? Because what he's doing is he's setting himself up to fail. Because once he loses, they're going to go, oh, see, he's not a Deion. See, he just want to be. He just rushed the process instead of waiting. The Deion Sanders.
How long, Mr. Third, how long was he supposed to sit out and wait for the Deion? Because you're always, listen, bro, if you're a celebrity and you come into the Deion's always going to be the standard. So how long was he supposed to sit out and wait and be like, oh, now it's okay? I need to make that make sense to me. Make that make sense to me.
Because he's younger and he's still like think about 40s, early 40s. He should have waited about 2 years, wait for the Deion hype to go down a little bit, then step in and do your own thing, so you won't have to have Deion on the back of your jersey. So you don't think in 2 years. Hold on, Mr. Third.
It's a dialogue now. I'm just asking questions. So you don't think after 2 years that people still wouldn't bring up the fact that Deion was as accomplished as he was in the SWAC? After 2 years, you don't think they would?
But they forgot about in about 2 years when Deion's already winning how many games in Colorado? We don't know.
Not many.
Because of what he's doing. Yeah, if he's winning 6, 7, 8 games, then they'd be like, okay, now Ed can slip on in there and kind of breeze through without all this media hype and about him being on this and that. He's trying to be Deion, and he have his own name. He comes in, wins the SWAC, wins the championship, and then everybody be like, oh, see how easy that was? Now he's going to leave, and then they're going to blame him. Why he leaving now? I'm just saying they did Deion. Why is he leaving? Because he won? He's going to a big institution. That's the same thing that's going to happen, bro. The same thing happened to Deion. They're going to get mad at him for wanting to jump up to the Power 5.
Listen, if I'm being honest, if I'm being honest, Mr. Third, it sounds like you're more upset of how people treated Deion on his way out than you are of Ed Reed. That's what it comes off to me. It sounds like you're more upset with the community of how they treated Deion on his way out, and you're just taking this out on Ed Reed. That's what it feels like to me.
No. What I'm mad about is because look what Deion has created for the HBCU radio podcast. Man, you guys are booming all over the world. I mean, you guys got every YouTube channel. Everybody's seeing HBCU. Deion did that.
I'll give you that. I'm not taking that way.
Ed Reed didn't. So I'm just saying, you respect the brother. That's all. Black power, man. That's all. Respect Deion. That's all. And let him.
But Mr. Third, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like it sounds like your affinity for Deion is clouding your judgment against Ed Reed. Because think about it. If Ed Reed comes in with the same notions, I need you to take your Deion ears off and put regular ears on, right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Deion came in with the notion of saying, hey, I'm here to change. I'm here to bring this. God sent me here. It was a lot of that. If Ed Reed doesn't come in with that same notion, and he comes into Bethune-Cookman's conference and says, listen, I want to win. I want to bring winning back to Bethune. They have a rich tradition. I'm here to win football games. They're not going to have the same disdain for Ed Reed that they did for Deion. It's just how Deion came in it, how he marketed it, and then how he left. Right. That's what made people upset. You know what I'm saying? So I just, like I said, I think your affinity for Deion is clouding your judgment against Ed, and Ed hasn't even said anything. But go ahead.
Okay. This is my last word. Deion was the greatest, had the greatest impact in HBCU history next to my man at Grambling, Eddie Robinson. He was up there with Eddie Robinson. That's how good this man was in those 3 years. But Eddie's the greatest. But Deion...
Go ahead. Finish your point.
Deion is just... He brought something that no other man, if it's Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, even Mike Rozier, you can't duplicate what Deion did. So if you stay away, don't come after him, because that's going to be obstacles and you can't live up to.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you this question. I'm going to ask you this question. When Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were playing, did you ever expect a Michael Jordan?
That's a good one, man. No.
When Michael Jordan was playing, did you ever expect a Kobe Bryant? Did you ever expect a Shaquille O'Neal? Did you ever expect a LeBron James? Everything gets changed over. You can never just stop at a time period and say we're good. Ain't nothing else coming after this, right? Because then you miss
basketball.
No.
You can't compare basketball and football.
No. I can keep this thing going. I can really keep this thing going.
You get injured.
No, that's not true. That is not true.
Like
that is not true. After Troy Aikman, after Joe Montana, nobody thought a Tom Brady would be here. After Troy Aikman, nobody thought there would be an Aaron Rodgers. After Troy Aikman, after Bradshaw, nobody thought there would be a Troy Aikman. There's always something that's going to
What about James Harris?
Dog, what
about James Harris for the Rams?
Are you serious? There's Khalil. There's Khalil Max. There's Lamar Jackson's. There's Steve McNair's. There's always somebody coming after somebody. It's the nature of the game. Nobody thought they'll see another Michael Vick. You got a Lamar Jackson. So let's not play this game like it needs to stop at an era or stop at a time period. One, that's not how life works. And two, things always get elevated or they die. Thank you for the call, Mr. Third. Listen. I do this, okay? A lot of you Bama's just be out here talking. I do this. There's always going to be something, right? There's always going. After Jerry Rice, nobody thought there'll be a Randy Moss or Terrell Owens. Not to say statistically they're as good as Jerry, but in their own right, they made the date. Listen, Jerry Rice does not have a name to describe a catch. You do not say you got riced. You do not say you got jerried. You don't even say you got Jerry Rice. What do you say? You got mossed. That is a game changer. Okay, everybody in the backyard, who mossed you? You don't say I riced you. You don't say I Irvinged you. You don't say I Steve Largent you. Nobody says that. You got mossed. Okay, so it's everything changes with time. Okay, everything changes with time. Listen, you might not ever do something like somebody else did, right? But that doesn't take away from your greatness, right? Nobody ever thought they would see a 6'8" wide receiver run a 4'3" Megatron. Things always change, all right? Things always change, all right? So, let's see where I'm gonna go from here. 2077, then Bridge is coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Hey, Scott. Hey, Scotty, Mike Magazine. How you doing?
What's up, man? What's up, Miss Angela?
Listen, now I'm gonna come from a girl's angle now. First, he ain't cute. Now, come on now, he ain't good looking. Ed ain't cute at all. I went and looked him up, and they need to get somebody in there to groom him and make him cute. I saw one picture that where he looked really nice. He pulled it off, but I don't know. But anyway. I love all my black men. I love you, black brother. I love you. Now, the schedule should be lined up in such a way that it will be in favor of Bethune-Cookman for their first SWAC win, right? Because it's so important to boost the morale. It's so important for the team to feel like, okay, we can do this, right? So I don't know who is going to set the schedule up. If it's already set, that bye week is really should be beneficial for Bethune-Cookman. They need to set the schedule up in such a way that it benefits them, period, point blank. Now, I don't know about the money games and things like that, but all I know is that first game, that's going to be the kicker. That's going to be the one that helps with the marketing and the branding. And okay, let me get that shirt with the Bethune on it with the U that Scotty was talking about, right? I want to order that one.
Hey, that's nice, right?
Not some knockoff.
I know that's pretty nice.
I want the one. Say that again. I'm sorry.
No, I said that's pretty nice. I know that was a pretty cool. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I know that was pretty good.
That's dope. That's dope. Right. And so the thing is, let's get that schedule straight. Let's get that bye week where it's beneficial for them. Ray Lewis, very present, will be an addition to whatever it is, whatever type of icing that will be on the cake, like caramel. You might drop a little caramel on the top. That's Ray Lewis right there.
Yeah. Because
we're talking about recruitment. Since we're talking portals, right?
Yeah.
Ray Lewis will help to get those babies up in there. And I agree with you, Scott. Let's get those babies from Florida. It's something about them Florida bred kids now that make you take every word bite that you ever said.
Facts.
those are some good kids, man. They can play.
They can play.
That's all I'm gonna say. And I think he's a Louisiana native, but he's been in Florida for so long,
Yeah.
And then now, Scotty, you and I know how we met. I met you because of the fight that happened with Bethune-Cookman and FCSU. Now, my concern for Ed Reed is this: will he be able to bring discipline to that team where even if they're winning, they still want to fight, right? So what can he do to change that culture, that locker room culture? Because Terry Sims, he gave it his best, man. He did 7 seasons, I think, and he tried his best. And even in the interview, he was like, hey, I mean, this is not right. They can't do that. They got to have more discipline. By his own admission, they need more discipline. And that interview might have been what pushed him out the door. I don't know. But anyway, we need more. I wonder if he's relatable like Coach Prime, not trying to compare him, but he's got to get some social media presence. Like you said, I agree. Scott, I've been waiting on your show since last night because everybody else been, talking. And I told my husband, I said, Jesus, this is boring. What are they talking about? No angle whatsoever. I'm like, Jesus, I got to wait till Scotty come on. And when you came on, man, I'm talking about, I yelled out, I told my husband, baby, it's Scotty! It's Scotty! like you're on ESPN, you know what I'm saying? And my last thing, Scotty, and I'm going to go. Grassroots media, I understand that you're saying, hey, let's get this money from Nike. Let's get this money from these people. Let's secure a contract with those media entities or whatever. But let's not count out grassroots media like what you're doing right now, because grassroots media adds to the narrative and keeps the flames going. You know how when you see somebody putting a fire together, campfire, they'll stick a little wood on the fire. That's grassroots media.
Yeah.
That's Scotty. That's Offscript. That's what you do. And so they need to consider bringing grassroots media to the table. Don't push us all the way out. Start embracing us. Let us get at least 5 minutes. Let us do this, that, and the third, because we have a following. Just like I was waiting on you to come on, other people are waiting. But anyway, thank you so much, Scotty.
No problem. Thank you so much, Miss Angela. I appreciate that. Listen, I think, and go to Miss Angela's point, I don't think discipline is going to have a problem. If you think about those Miami teams, and Mr. Campbell, if you can call in and kind of explain a little bit of those Miami teams, or whoever has watched those Miami teams back in the day when Ed and Ray and all them boys played, they always play with the aggression, but a looseness, right? They always play with an aggression and a looseness that, you know, it was like a controlled aggression. Like that's when I would watch some of their old tapes, that's what it felt like, a controlled aggression. I'm going to go Bridges, then I'm going to go you, Mr. Campbell. Hey, Bridges, you live.
Shoot, what's up, Scotty, man? Just hearing about this hire, man. Ed Reed is a film junkie. You would hear stories about him and Ray Lewis just watching film, countless of film. The last one in the film room, not the last one on the practice field, the last one in the film room. He said a statement in front of kids. He was like, hey, this person wasn't taking no notes. They need to go back and watch film. That's accountability that you're looking for as a coach. That if you're not taking notes, you're not watching film right. I'm holding you to a standard. It's not even on the field standards. So that discipline is going to be there. If you're not doing what you need to do to get on the field, then you're not getting on the field.
Facts.
So that's something that he's going to bring to Bethune-Cookman that I don't think we haven't saw in the SWAC at all. Just holding accountability to the little minute things like watching film. I still don't hear about coaches watching film. I haven't heard about it intensely enough, but I bet you my bottom dollar, them boys at Bethune-Cookman, they're going to watch film. They're going to have that thing that you call controlled aggression. They're going to learn how to turn on that switch and turn it off.
Yeah.
They're going to learn how to be dogs. Because Ray, prime time may be a dog, but Ray, and them boys, Ed Reed, them boys are dogs.
Yeah.
Them are some different dogs. So just think about all the minute and think about the Florida Classic now, Scotty. Like literally, people been hit. I'm in Orlando right now. People been hit me up, bruh. The Florida Classic about to be lit. It ain't even next year yet. It's not even next year. People talk about the Florida Classic. If y'all don't live in Florida, if y'all ain't got that Airbnb, tough luck, because we about to shut the city down. The Florida Classic is back, and we live. Damn you, Bethune-Cookman, Florida Classic, the week before Thanksgiving. Y'all better get y'all Airbnbs down, because this city about to be on lock, and it's about to be on swole. Because y'all thought it was a game. Prime time left for a reason. Now it's our time to shine.
Oh, man. Boy, you stupid. Hey, appreciate the call, Bridges. That boy dumb. That boy's stupid. Oh, I think everybody and their mama. Hey, Mr. Campbell, coming to you. Urban Network coming to you afterwards. All right. What's up, Mr. Campbell?
Scotty, this is a great day in HBCU football. Yes, we're waiting on the show, but I got to do a few things of housekeeping. Okay, I've got 5 things that the idiots need to know. Because we gonna get a lot of these calls. Yo, man, I just found your channel on YouTube, bro. I'm a big Ed Reed fan. I don't know nothing about HBCUs, and I want to know when they're gonna play in the SEC. See, we got to eliminate all that up front. So the first thing for all you idiots, Bethune-Cookman is in Daytona Beach, but it ain't on the beach. Okay? Oh. So if y'all gonna go down there and worship at the altar Ed Reed, just know that the school ain't on the beach. Okay? Just want to let y'all know that. It's in Daytona Beach, but not on the beach. That's number 1. Number 2, please know who the school is named after. is named after Mary McLeod Bethune. That's a very famous black woman. I know some people in this chat don't know nothing about history, HBCU history. Well, you need to go learn that one, okay? Her name is Mary McLeod Bethune. She's very famous, okay? Number 3, do not call in this show telling us about Ed Reed's resume. We know. We seen the U 30 for 30. We saw him play at the Ravens. We know I was hurt, dog. We seen all that. We know who Ed Reed is. We don't need you, Eddie S, to tell us for the 4,000th time. Now, number 4. Don't come in here talking about HBCU football ain't like Power 5. I ain't never seen HBCU football, but I'm an Ed Reed fan. But it ain't the same. We've been on that. We understand that. We don't need you to tell us that. Okay? This is HBCU football. It's special. Learn about it and understand it and appreciate the history of it. Idiots. Don't be like the Prime Minister. And last but not least, number 5. Ed Reed is not here to save black college football. He is not here to be Black Jesus, even though he look like him.
He do.
He is not here to part the rivers. He is not here to uplift. Ed Reed is here to coach football and coach Bethune-Cookman football, and that's what I think he's going to do at a very high level. So if you're going to be an idiot, please do not be like these prime ministers that's in this chat. Or take your ass to the white folks channel and do Colorado, because we're here to talk about HBCU football. We're here to celebrate Bethune-Cookman. We're here to celebrate and talk about Bethune and FAMU and get that trash talk going. Bethune coming to Jackson, playing Jackson State. Eddie Robb talking about is he SWAC or not. That's what we're here for. So if you don't like that, get the F out the chat and go to the white folks channel. Because we don't hear nothing about Prime. We love Prime. Thank you, Prime. Thank you, Coach Prime. I'm going to say this again. We love Coach Prime. Thank Coach Prime. But you know what, though? It's 2023, baby. It's Ed Reed's time. It's T.C. Taylor's time. It's Willie Simmons' time. And it's HBCU football time. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's all I got, Scotty.
Appreciate it, Mr. Campbell. All right, Urban, coming to you. Mr. Sargent, coming to you.
Well, we might well go ahead and get the collection plate ready now since Pastor done preached.
Hey, come on now. You already know.
Man. Hey, Scotty, like I said on Blue Show last night, it's a good look, great hire. And Bethune is now Little Miami. I don't give a damn. It's Little Miami, man. Miami 305, Bethune, Miami Wildcats, it's a wrap, man. But don't got the coaching experience. He's not gonna be able to friend this. You don't know what you're talking about, because when he was at Miami, he was one of the big dogs that helped keep Miami groomed and disciplined together. It's just he was not able to get a coaching job in Miami because the boosters had someone else on their mind. So look for Bethune to be a more disciplined team. And if you really go look at the old schedule, they only lost like 3 or 4 games by 14 or less points.
That's true.
So if you put that discipline in that Ed Reed is going to give, and that 2-9 is now what? 7-4?
Yeah, 7-4, 6-5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. So, hey, man, as always, I don't really call in, but I'm always in the chat. Get the likes up. And if anybody want to bet by Rattlers, put some money on it. Florida Classic, I don't give a goddamn. FAMU by 30 or better. I'm here today. We got time today. And we out, bro.
Appreciate it, Herb. Appreciate it. All right, bro. Mr. Sargent coming to you, then Monty coming to you, all right? What's up, Mr. Sargent?
Man, I don't know what Mr. Campbell is doing. He got my house, man. He got my house mic'd up. He got some video surveillance, something. He probably listening with whatever he got going on. Cause them 5 points were my 5 points. Oh. All right, so starting since the pastor's hooked up with God and he's looking at what I wrote down, I'm gonna have to go off the cuff. All I got to say is I got to agree with the previous caller The Bethune-Cookman FAMU Florida class is going to be lit. It is going to be lit. Scotty, I want your early commitment. Can you make it, brother?
Oh no! No! I will be. Listen, I'm waiting till signing day. I might have to push it to at least about July. I gotta wait till after the spring. Yeah. Ain't no early commitments this year. I'm gonna hold mine off until at least maybe like July or August before I commit to a team. And and Key told me I need to be better. She's like, if you commit, you gotta really commit. Like you can't be like picking against them and stuff. So I gotta really commit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be like bandwagon all the way. So you know what I'm saying? So
well, let's do this. You don't have to pick FAMU because there's really only one school you can take. The question is, I just want to make sure you show up to the game. How about that?
Oh, that's fair. Nah, that's fair. That's fair. Nah, that's fair. I get it. We really going to FAMU homecoming this year. I promise you. We are really. Key was like really upset with that. She was really upset about that. So we're definitely going to FAMU's homecoming next year. Absolutely.
All right, I got a favor, and I know I asked you for like 100 favors, but I got one small one. Please share whatever information you got on me with Mr. Campbell. I'm gonna have to go in with some of these rattlers because we gotta get a box seat for the Bethune-Cookman, for the Florida Classic game this year because I want to be just with the rattlers, just hollering and making fun of all the Bethune-Cookman people. Because they don't know their own song, because they hadn't sung it at all, because they don't know how to score touchdowns, and they don't know how to win.
I got your number. I'm gonna text it to Mr. Campbell after the show.
All right. Peace.
Listen, I appreciate it, Mr. Sergeant. Hey, listen, guys, I'm telling you straight up. Listen. I don't need to know the words. Wow. Hey! Wildcats! You better be glad I'm playing the damn thing. You better be glad I'm playing the damn thing, okay? Because at the end of the day, what channel? Yeah. Let's really talk about this. Since people want to go, oh, Scotty, you don't know the words. What channel was actually playing y'all Bama's theme music on the past 24 hours? Don't worry, I'll wait. Matter of fact, I'm going to double down on that. What YouTuber came on with Bethune-Cookman gear? I do things differently, baby. You know what I'm saying? So I don't wear, Scotty, you don't know the words. I bump out knowing the words. Bump knowing the words. I'm on here representing. You know what I'm saying? Should have came on here with my cigar like, hey, you feel me? You feel me? All right, come on, man. Y'all play. Don't play. Don't play with me. Don't play. Talk about don't know the words. Hey, I don't need to know the words. Gosh darn it. I don't need to know the words. But listen, I want to touch on what JB said earlier in the show. Right? He talked about egos in black administration, egos in black administration. And I got to speak on that because it's too many times where you have a good thing, but people want to be the headline, right? People want to be the spotlight and don't understand how to sit in the background and just enjoy the benefits that come with whatever is coming, whatever good is going. You know, black people, I want to say black people, but pride, okay? Pride is a huge factor in a lot of this. And is Bethune-Cookman's board, i.e. the head of the board, is he ready for this new exposure? Is the board ready for this new exposure? Because if they, you know what? Let's do it. You know me. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Since you're going to ask for the exposure, I'll give you the exposure. Because Bama's want the exposure. I'll give it to you. You don't even got to worry about me. All right. Here we go. Here is the board of trustees and their names that people want to know so bad because board members want to be at the face of everything. All right. Members of the board, on the board chair, Belvin Perry Jr. Congratulations. All right, you're on the board of trustees. Congratulations. I'm gonna give you your flowers early so we won't have a pride issue. All right. Vice chair, Joyous Pete Gamble. Shout out to you. Okay. Jennifer Adams, secretary. Shout out to you. Chaplain, Jeffrey E. Branch. Shout out to you. Parliamentarian. All right. Devron Gibbons. Shout out to you. All right. Members, David Brewer, Lorenzo Brown, John Crossman, Greg Francis Esquire. He's a lawyer. Shout out to you. Courtney Rose. Shout out to you. John A. Williams. Shout out to you. Faculty Trust. Dr. Hector Torres. Shout out to you. Ex officios. Dr. Lawrence Drake. Shout out to you. Alice Williams and Student Government. Shout out to y'all. All right. Shout out to y'all. Now you're famous. Okay. Now you're famous. Now you're known. Shout out to y'all, man. I mean, can we get over this? You're already on the board of trustees. Happy. Now you're famous. Congratulations. People know your name. All right. Because it's ridiculous out here, man. It's pure ridiculousness out here of what is going on, that egos mess up a good thing. We don't know what Ed Reed's going to be. We don't know how many wins he's going to be. But once again, like JB said, let's enjoy the ride while it's here. Let's enjoy the ride while it's here. Let's see what he says for his press conference. Let's see what he does on his first couple of days on the job. You know what I'm saying? 8945 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
What's up, Scott? This is Doc, man.
What's up, Doc?
Hey, I'm good, bro. I was just saying it's a good hire. This is a great hire from BETHUNE Cookman. See what he does with a lot of kids hitting the transfer portal. If he can get those kids to come back, and basically just try to find a quarterback just to take to him. I think that's one of the most important things, and plus also trying to get his staff up. But we won't know who his staff is until it gets out there. But excuse me. I would say this though, man. Like I said, that's what the class is gonna be. It's gonna be hype. It's gonna be up there, man. It's gonna be wild. And I'm sure if I can, I'll be getting my ticket up there, and I ain't go now one of those schools right there just to see the excitement in it, and just to get the feel and get to get the taste and feel for everything up at the Florida Classic. So, but it's gonna be a good thing, man. So I hope Ed Reed does good at BETHUNE Cookman, and just be a football coach. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate the call. Hey, if I'm Ed Reed, this got to change. Hey, this is what we not doing. This ain't what we doing right here. My basketball coach, my AD, we not doing that. We not doing that. We not doing it. We not doing it. 0284, coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, Drake?
This is a great pickup for them. I think the big thing is that he's going to be able to dip into Louisiana. Everybody talked about Dooley being able to get kids out of Louisiana. He got to compete with Ed Reed now. The Ed Reed's from there. I know he's been in Florida for so long. His roots is down in the boot. So if you think he's not going to be able to come and pick off some of them folks that Dooley got a chance to come to Southern, he's going to get some to Florida.
That's real. That's real. I mean, think about it. If Eric Dooley walk in your house and Ed Reed walk in your house, is there a question? Is that even a question?
Nah. You don't want to be honest. You don't want to come after Ed Reed, or you don't want to go before Ed Reed, be honest.
You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I think, if I'm not mistaken, somebody told me Ed Reed's dad works for,
police.
I think he works for Southern. Somebody told me,
like police.
You know what I'm saying? So he know that area really well. Really well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited to see who he pulls from Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I want to see who he gets from Maryland. That's what I'm excited to see, if he can get kids from Maryland to come down to Florida and, you know what I'm saying, and have that transition. I think because there's going to be kids in Baltimore that know Ed Reed, because why? Their dad was fans, their mom or dad was fans. So I'm excited to see what he does in that DMV area and getting kids from there to come on down to Florida as well.
Yeah, but that's the first thing I thought about. I thought about all that kind of that's in Louisiana that, you know, they just assumed Dooley was going to get it because he's from there. He got another native he got to deal with now.
Yeah, that's real. And you know how Hugh Jackson used his pipeline to California to build California to build his program. It could be the same thing. Louisiana could be his pipeline to fam.
Yep.
But all right, Dre. Hey, be on the lookout for my North Carolina A&T video. It's coming soon.
Okay. Then.
All right, bro. Listen, y'all gonna stop disrespecting Maryland. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Y'all gonna stop disrespecting the DMV. Okay, per capita, we got ballers. Okay, if Ed Reed just so happened to come above that Virginia line and step in Maryland and get some ballers, that's what he gonna do. Y'all gonna start putting respect on Maryland's name. That's what y'all gonna say. As long as I'm here, y'all gonna put respect on Maryland's name. That's what y'all stop playing with us, man. Stop playing with us. The DMV is where it's at. Stop playing with us. All right. 9762 coming to you.
What's going on, Scotty? This is Gabe.
What's up, Gabe?
Well, it seems like Jackson State, you got me. You got me. But you know what? Hey, I'm big enough man to admit, yeah, you got me. You got me. But I'll say this though, when it comes to Bethune-Cookman, that's a hell of a hire, man. That is one hell of a hire. And I was listening to you earlier about, like, you know, if Deion had stayed, this thing for the SWAC could have really, really blown up by now. But like you say, you know, I guess what's next? So who's next? Maybe Ray Lewis might, you know, take one of the jobs or something like that. But yeah, that's a hell of a hire. And I think year 2, look out for Bethune-Cookman. And that's about all I got to say, man. Have a good one.
No problem, Gabe. Appreciate the call. All right, so listen, quick recap, and I'm gonna get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Love the hire, right? I love the hire. I love where Bethune is taking it. I think I'm telling you guys, them being a private institution and them being like the drug dealers of the SWAC, because why? Ain't no federal oversight. They out here blind like the three mice. You know what I'm saying? They out here, federal government don't care where that money coming from Bethune, okay? So I honestly believe that's probably the best attribute for what he wants to do. Now, you got to get that AD situation in order. You got to, man. Absolutely got to for what is. I'm going to tell you this. And this is from what I've heard. This is word on the street. Word on the street is that Ed Reed wanted the Grambling job. They were going to give the job. They were going to give the job to Ed, but he wanted to stay while Mario Cristobal kind of got his feet underneath of him and got it in order. And they went with Hugh Jackson instead because he told him, "Hey, give me some time to get Mario Cristobal up to speed, and then I'll take the job at Grambling." That's what I was told, word on the street. I'm just telling you that. It is what it is. That's just word on the street from what I heard from from people from Grambling. So that's what I was told about the Grambling job that he interviewed. They wanted to go with him. He told them, give me a couple weeks before I can get him up to speed. They didn't want to wait. They went with Hugh Jackson. That's, you know, and the rest is history, as they say. But I think that, you know, what they could possibly do at Bethune is huge. We already know the Florida class is going to be outrageous. All right. Out freaking rageous. But if Ed Reed could get this thing rolling the right way down in Bethune-Cookman, it could be really something special. It could really be something special. And I once again, I want to see his staff. I want to see the investors that he brings to the program and how they re-energize. Listen, fans and alums, like, you got to get behind your school. I'm not saying you haven't. I'm not saying you don't donate. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is get behind the program. You know what I'm saying? Buy the merch. You know, reach out to the SID, the AD, the president's email. What do you want this to look like, right? Ideas. You know, what if you got a business? How can my business advertise at the school, right? They need to start figuring out a way to advertise around the school and any type of stuff like that. You have to come up, and show out. You've been dormant for the past 2 years. Listen, Bethune has heard the school has heard your cry. They went out and got a heavy hitter. How can you go out and support him in everything possible? That just like what FAMU did when Dion got there, right? Got training tables, got new stuff, new equipment. Listen, it needs to be the same mindset and logic at Bethune. All right, at Bethune, they need to be doing the same thing. How can we get more? How can we do this? How can we get more investment? How can we get people behind the program? I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it now. I'm gonna keep saying it. Listen, you should have been selling merch yesterday. You should have been selling merch yesterday. I don't give a damn if it was pre-orders. You should have been selling something. As soon as you made the announcement, there should have been a link to buy Eddie Robinson stuff. Ed Reed stuff. Okay? Stop being behind the freaking 8 ball. Should have been. I would have bought some merch. I would have pre-ordered something just off the excitement alone. I'm telling you, how much time? You better not get off the. You better not listen. First of all, you better not start the new year without no merch. Okay? New year, new Bethune. Okay? New year, new Reed. I don't give a damn what you call it. It needs by January 1st, there needs to be a link with a site to buy Ed Reed merch from Bethune Cookman. It better be. It absolutely better be. Or I'm gonna just start getting on y'all. It don't make no sense. It don't make no gosh darn sense. But hey, man, listen, that's been my time. I'm loving it. We gonna keep rocking it, and you already know what it is. Words or no words. We in there. Hey. All right. You already know what it is. And also, enjoy y'all's day. Have a good hump day, whatever. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. Have a good New Year. And last question, you know what I'm saying?
Baby.
Ho.
I wake up motivated.
Hey.
I wake up motivated. I wake up motivated. I wake up motivated. I wake up motivated. I wake up trying to bless somebody, inspire somebody, encourage somebody, help somebody to the next level. I got time. I got time today. I got time.
Hey, man, y'all be blessed. That's been my time. Until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.